NBC Sports, home of the Olympic Games, the Premier League, the Indianapolis 500, the PGA Tour, and Primetime's #1 show, Sunday Night Football, only on NBC.
Good luck to you, and yeah, there's the book once again.
Great
Bob
cover.
Smith, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot.
Best of luck to you.
All right, now we're going to find out what's coming up. Well, the tree just fell over.
All right, you the guy, we got to do it.
Tonight, it's TV Censored Bloopers 98. Hosted by Dick Clark and co-host Suzanne Wong. Featuring bloopers from Caroline in the City, Clueless, Frasier, The Steve Harvey Show, Jag, Jenny Jones, and The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Plus, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau in movie bloopers from The Odd Couple 2. Classic cooking bloopers. Bloopers from the news. Commercial bloopers. Tommy Lasorda with baseball bloopers. A menagerie of animal bloopers. Madcap monkey movies. Classic Conan O'Brien. Plus, the early appearances of these famous stars. And much, much more. And now, Dick Clark.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host, Suzanne Wong. Good evening.
Dick, looks like the stars have been working overtime this week to send us great bloopers, starting with our good friend Kelsey Grammer and the cast of Frasier.
Now, on Frasier, they have so many scripts to learn. Who can blame them for, messing up once in a while?
That's right. Sometimes they forget the lines. Sometimes they forget the direction.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they forget the bug spray.
A pertinent fact, or are you just trying to dazzle me with your command of time zones?
Yes. He went to Cairo. He's working there. He's an architect.
Ooh, wow, really? Mm-hmm. Is there a bug in my hair?
Yeah, it's flying all around.
What the hell?
I just noticed.
My delicate bouffant.
I know.
Now, in this next scene, the script calls for Kelsey, John Mahoney, and Perry Gilpin to be locked in a bathroom, and Kelsey is desperately trying to get out.
Desperately trying to get out his line.
She's gone. How are we going to get out of here? I don't know. Thanks. But I've got exactly 3 minutes before I get downstairs, or 200 people are going to be poopy stinked.
Now, here Kelsey wants to say, you already had a better gift than mine.
You already had a better gift. Still, you still felt the need to top mine.
Poopy stink.
I know it. Oh, don't try to... Ready? Oh, don't try to shift the blame. I don't believe you. You already had a better gift than mine. You still sold the... Poopy. You already... All right. Oh, don't try to shift the blame. I don't believe you. You already had a better gift than mine. You still felt the need to take it to a... One more time. Oh, don't try to shift the blame. I don't believe you.
This time, for sure. Hey, Rocky, watch me hold a rabbit on my hat.
Well, Suzanne, a very funny man, Steve Harvey, sent us these next bloopers from the Steve Harvey Show.
Mm-hmm, right, and in this first one, the script calls for Steve to cook up a cheeseburger with everything on it.
Thank goodness nobody said, hold the blooper.
Why don't you let me throw us a little something together? We can stand around and talk about the party.
Well, nobody ever offers to cook for me. Can you make a... How can I put this? A big, greasy cheeseburger with everything on it?
Shh, what you talking about? Girl, I'll make you a Big Daddy burger so good, you want to slap the hell out of me for getting what I was supposed to say. Is this a work release job for you?
Now watch Cedric the Entertainer get hung up on this pretty woman and the word capturing.
Hello, I'm Cedric Robinson, athletic director and hopeless romantic. I had the pleasure of capturing a glimpse of your...
You know, recently Jay Leno did a comedy spot on The Tonight Show featuring his announcer, Ed Hall. Now, Ed was supposed to, you know, provide the narration for sort of a kid's thing, you know, a little kid's book, See Dick Run, See Dick Play, whatever the heck. And now, keep in mind that one of the reasons that Jay gave Ed the spotlight that night was because his parents were in the audience. Take a look.
Oh, well, what else could I ask for? Well, that's kind of silly. I just kind of a...
What's that, Jay?
Well, it's a kind of child, you know. Well, I know we have some teachers. We have some teachers here. When I saw the 5th grade teacher, I was thinking, you know, when I was a kid, I used to love when the teacher would sort of read a story. But that's kind of silly. There's no story to read.
Jay, you know, I just finished writing my new children's book, and I'd love to read it to you.
Ed, you wrote a book?
That's right, Jay.
Ed, you've never even read a book. This is amazing.
Jay, it would be my pleasure to read to you.
Well, it's a little unorthodox, but all right, Ed, you read a little bit from you.
All right, Jay. It's a book for the 90s. It's called Smoking Fun with Dick and Jane by Ed Hall. All right. See Dick. See Dick smoke. See Spot. Oh, I'm sorry. Smoke, Dick, smoke. I just finished writing it. I don't have it completely.
You probably haven't proofread it, Ed.
I came back from the printers.
Yeah, it's a lovely book. Lovely book, you know. And of course, you know, since this was Ed Hall's big break in showbiz, he actually flew his parents in to sit. That's his parents right there. That's Ed's parents right there, Mr. and Mrs. Hall. How are you? Yeah, that's the men now. Flew them in to watch their son be humiliated and ruin the bit on national television. Well, I used to see you. I'm sorry you had to be here for that, Mr. and Mrs. Hall. That's the last break your son will get. No.
Right now, it is time to see if you can identify some of television's biggest names before they became big names.
The first star began on the game show Name That Tune, and her job was to sing the songs for the contestants.
Now, of course, when it came time to sing the title of the song, she had to sing La 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 so they wouldn't give it away.
Here she is singing Good Vibrations.
Here's an old friend of mine who's become one of the most popular hosting personalities around, but back in these days, he had a career as a singer.
I lost that love before. I got mad and closed the door. But you said, child, just once more. I chose you for the one. Now we're having so much fun. You treated me so kind. I'm about to lose my mind. You made me so very happy. You made me so very, very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. Thank you, baby.
You can comes to early appearances, you've been involved in so many over the years, especially on American Bandstand.
Well, we had the real good fortune of breaking some really big stars on that show.
Now, this next young man was already a hot TV star when he came on Bandstand, but he hadn't become a big movie star yet, and he wasn't known for his singing back then.
No, he was a sweat hog on a situation comedy. That's actually what they called him. He was a comedy star, but this was his musical debut.
Gonna let her in. Gonna let her in. Gonna let her in my life. Let her in my life. Gonna open up after so long with my feet stuck on the ground and my head against the wall. I've been cold. Gonna let her in. Gonna let her in my life. Let her in my life.
Now, coming up next, we'll show you bloopers from The Odd Couple.
And a couple of odd commercials.
You know, when I was growing up, I had to face problems just like kids today. Luckily, I spent most of my free time at the Boys and Girls Club. Children need positive alternatives from drugs and violence. That's where the Boys and Girls Clubs of America comes in. They offer solid, no-nonsense programs that work. I should know. It worked for me. Please join Major League Baseball in supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, the positive place for kids.
A message from Major League Baseball.